Do the plea first. Who do we have for pleas?
Catherine Haywood and then Tina Johnson and Josh Tommy. Which one are we doing?
Doing Catherine Haywood.
Tina Johnson and Josh Tommy.
Don't say anything bad about her. She's sitting right here.
I told you, as soon as you went to the bathroom, you'd be first.
Which one's yours, Catherine? You're muted still. It was a trick to see if you would talk while you're being muted. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I've got Johnson and Joshua Tommy.
Wait, hang on. Which one do you want first?
Whichever one judge wants.
Dealer's choice.
Well, let's do Tina Marie Johnson. She is ready and fired up.
All right.
As soon as you went to the bathroom, you'd be first. Good, God bless y'all. How y'all doing?
Hi, Miss Tina. Listen to the judge.
All right.
Yes, sir. I mean, yes, ma'am. Take this off.
If you would raise your right hand and be sworn. You swear or affirm testimony about to give be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right. Is your true name Tina Marie Johnson?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand you are charged in this case with criminal trespass?
Yes, sir.
You can put your hand down.
Oh.
And do you understand that you and your lawyer worked out a plea deal for 15 days in jail and you'll get 24 days credit?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you understand we're doing this plea electronically and your attorney is online with us right now?
Yes, 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 sir.
Are you okay with that?
Yes, yes.
All right. To the charge of criminal trespass, how do you plead?
I'm guilty.
I accept your plea.
Oh,
Guilty.
what about, I do guilty, right?
That was the right answer.
I plead guilty.
I accept your plea of guilty, find you guilty, sentence you to 15 days in jail. You'll get credit for 24 days. You'll be time served as of right now, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Do you have any questions about anything?
My felony charge, I had a little bag and that's with nothing in it.
Don't talk about it. I don't want judge to know that. That's okay. I'm trying to get it filed. I'm trying to get it filed. Yeah.
Trying to get time served on that as well.
I can't help you with that.
A PR bond, something on.
Your lawyer will take care of that for you.
Misdemeanors, Tina. I'm working on the felony though.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I'm needing to get out really bad.
I'll keep talking to the jail, I promise.
Even if I have to sign like a probation or something to get me out PR bond.
Let's talk about it without the judge and the court reporter. I want it to be private, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So I'll see you very soon, I promise.
Okay, honey. Okay, thank y'all so much.
You're welcome.
Good
God
luck.
bless y'all. God bless y'all.
Tina.
Thank y'all.
You're welcome.
You want me to let you in? Claudia wants to join us.
Oh, poor Claudia. I don't know why. Last time she was so lucky to escape.
You're not on here.
Yes.
You're not an option.
Is that how you're telling her you're letting her go? That's not very kind.
No. She can't even figure out how to use Zoom. What's up with that? Blame the internet.
You talking to me, Judge?
Nope. What? I'm talking to Claudia.
Okay.
Why? It's an inmate jail plea, right? All right. And what's your name?
Joshua Tommy.
Okay. So are you on there now, Claudia?
Hi, Joshua.
Hey, Ms. Catherine, how are you?
Very good, sir.
Claudia. All right. If you would raise your right hand and be sworn. You swear or affirm testimony about to give be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Is your true name Joshua Virgil Eric Tommy?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand you were previously placed on probation in this court, and the state has filed a motion to revoke you? Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And it looks like you and your attorney worked out a plea agreement for 100 days in jail. You'll get credit for at least 115 days. So it'll be time served as of today. Okay.
Yes, sir.
To the
Oh, I'm so sorry, Judge.
what's that?
Your turn.
And do you understand your attorney's online with us right now, and we're doing this plea electronically?
Yes, sir.
Are you okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Right. To the allegations in the state's motion to revoke, how do you plead, true or not true?
True.
Accept your plea true. Find those allegations are true. You'll be revoked, sentenced to 100 days in jail. You'll get credit for at least 115 days. Actually, it's gonna be more than that but you won't need it, I don't think so.
Will you run it concurrently, Judge, with a felony that he has either pled earlier this week or is pleading this week?
Yeah, it'll run concurrently with any
Okay,
other.
thank you,
When you're
sir.
done, this case is done.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You'll get 115 days credit for a 100-day sentence. So you'll have $1,500 extra that should take care of any court costs. All right.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about anything?
No, sir.
All right. Good luck. Thank y'all.
Thank you so much.
See you later. Do we have another plea?
Just Kyle and me.
Okay. Let me finish this. We'll do Leah's first.
She has 4.
Why is Hunter on here? It's Hunter iPhone.
I don't have anybody on for him.
Good morning.
How are y'all?
I hit the mute button before you had to tell me.
I think that she, it might be I think it might be somebody for,
Okay.
you might ask Leah, but I'm almost certain she sent the link to somebody to have them testify.
I do have a witness.
So that's the Hunter iPhone?
Yes.
Okay. Kyle, you're on here, but we're not doing your case right now. Just so you know. All right. This is Hunter Nelson Porter, is that right?
Yes.
Are y'all ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Wait for Mr. Porter. All right. And I'm assuming you want to call Mr. Porter to testify.
I do.
If you would raise your right hand and be sworn. You swear or affirm testimony about to give be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Will you state your name for the record?
Hunter Nelson Porter.
And you're currently incarcerated for 4 pending charges. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Now, the purpose of this hearing is to determine if the judge will let you out on a mental health bond. So I'm going to ask you some questions about mental health history, but at the end, the hearing record will be sealed. So I know this probably is going to be a little personal. Have you ever been diagnosed with any kind of mental health issues?
I have. I've been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder with panic attack. I've been diagnosed with major depressive disorder. I've been diagnosed with adult attention deficit disorder. And I've also been diagnosed with opiate dependency.
And have you ever been treated by taking medications for those?
I currently am supposed to be taking medications for those.
Okay. When you were arrested, were you taking your medications?
I'd been off my medication for about 2 days, but I had been current on them as of the last, I don't know, year.
How old were you, if you remember, the first time that you sought treatment for mental health?
I was about 14 or 15. I was just going into, I believe, I was going into 9th grade, and I had taken some ADD medication that a friend of mine had given me, and it had worked really well. And I had kind of petitioned my parents to go to a psychiatrist and get on that medication. And when I started to do that, I figured out that I had some other underlying issues that were going on, such as opiate chemical dependencies and stuff like that.
Okay. So what kind of outpatient or inpatient treatment have you had?
I've received numerous inpatient treatments for chemical dependency, but I never ended up following through with the recommended therapy for those inpatient treatments. But I've been to the Right Step in Houston. I've been to Copac in Jackson, Mississippi. I've been to numerous inpatient treatments, but all for chemical dependency, not for necessarily the underlying conditions.
Okay. So you have discussed what they call an action plan, and you might notice that your dad is waiting here to testify.
Yeah.
If the judge lets you out on a mental health bond, you may have some requirements. You may have to show up to places to get treatment or medication. You'll have to have a phone to check in and call Ms. Tubby Fox, who's on the screen, once a week, and have transportation and have the ability to be online. Do you have access for all of those things?
I do. I can accommodate all those.
And would you be staying with your father at is that your mom as well?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Would you be staying at your parents' house while you'll be out on bond if you get on bond?
I would. Yes.
Okay. At this time, I'll pass the witness.
Does the state have any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, Mr. Porter. My name is Kate Harrison. I'm a prosecutor for Collin County. I just have a couple follow-up questions, okay?
Sure.
You said that you are currently supposed to be taking medications. Does that mean you're not taking medication right now, or are you?
I'm inside of this facility, so they're not giving me the medications that I take in the free world.
Okay.
They're not giving me any medications as of right now.
Okay. And what medications were you taking when you were out?
I was taking buprenorphine for opiate dependency. I was taking Adderall for ADD, and I was taking alprazolam for generalized anxiety disorder.
Okay. And you said that at the time of the offense, you had been off your medication for 2 days. Why was that?
That was because I had just not gone and got my prescription filled.
Okay. Do you have a current prescription for those medications?
I do.
Okay. Now you said you're going to live with your parents. Where do they reside?
1880 Prairie Dog Run, Richardson, Texas.
Okay. Is that in Dallas County or Collin County? Do you know?
It's in Dallas County.
Okay. But you said you have the ability to report and to drive yourself wherever you need to go, or would your family be driving you?
I don't know. I'd have to discuss that further with them, but I have a driver's license and I have a vehicle.
Okay. Nothing further from the state.
Anything else from the defendant?
Just a couple things. Mr. Porter, you've been to MetroCare before, is that correct?
Yes, once.
And you currently are under the supervision of a doctor?
Yes, Dr. George Marcus in Richardson.
I'll pass the witness.
Anything else from the state? with
No,
this?
Your Honor.
Did you want to call any other witnesses?
I did.
Okay.
Mr. Brian Porter, if you'll unmute yourself.
Got it.
There
Okay.
you go. If you would raise your right hand to be sworn. You swear or affirm testimony about to give me the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
All right.
Please state your name for the record.
Brian Taylor Porter.
How do you know Hunter Porter?
He's my son.
And you're aware of his charges that are currently pending, is that true?
Yes.
And you're familiar with his mental health history and substance abuse issues, is that correct?
Very, very used to it. Yes.
Has your son ever in the past initiated a conversation with you in order to seek help for substance abuse?
Yes. That has happened several times. Not sure if he always followed up on it, but we were always there to try to come to a solution and get him the things that he needed.
Okay, and specifically, when he asked you for help on substance abuse, did you follow through and find him a doctor?
Yes. For example, we've been discussing that whenever he had opioid dependency, that he needed to get on the buprenorphine. And so it's difficult to get that. You have to find the right doctor for that, et cetera. But recently in the last month, we said, look, I told him, I said, I will pay for the doctor. I will pay for the medication. I just want to make sure that you get it and you take it. In fact, I said, I will even administer it to you if you need be. And so anyway, we got that all set up, and he has that prescription now.
Okay, so you've been very supportive of your son's treatment.
Absolutely. We've been trying to help him is whenever we have known there was a way we could help since he was 14. And we've, helped him with going to various places that, chemical dependency centers, et cetera. But he's also been resourceful to find some on his own and to find groups and meetings he could go to, et cetera. It's been a lifelong struggle for him. And it's, I think I'm just hoping that he's going to, turn the page and get a new chapter here where he really follows through on the help that's already been available all this time, because we're always here for him.
Okay. And so even though he has 4 pending serious felony drug charges, you are still willing to provide that support and make sure he can help any way you can to make sure he can follow through with any requirements for a mental health bond. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if there was a bond, I'm going to have a limitation. But as far as me offering him a place to stay and that sort of support, whatever it takes, we've always said, if you need to get to a meeting, if you need to get anything, if you don't have transportation, I will drive you. That's the kind of support we're talking about. We always offer him a place to stay and food to eat, so that he can, if he's struggling with addiction, that those things won't be issues. It's like, I want him to be able to get the help that he needs.
Okay, thank you.
Does Dave have any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. Hi, Mr. Porter. My name is Kate Harrison. Just a couple questions. I want to be asking what you do for a living.
Most of my professional experience.
Sorry.
Talking to your dad right now.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
Brian Porter.
Hi. I am a architect, registered architect with the state of Texas, and I do primarily residential architecture work out of my home now.
Okay, so that's where I was headed. You work primarily from home, or do you have an office that you work 8 to 5?
I work entirely from my home, except for when I'm out at meetings, meeting clients, et cetera.
Okay. When you are out at those meetings, is someone else, I see your wife is sitting next to you. Is she home? Is there someone who would be home with Hunter?
Yeah, we have someone here 24/7 because she's a retired school teacher and she does not, get out much. So, especially with the COVID, we've really stayed, here. So.
Okay. Those are my only questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else from the defense?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
You rest.
I'd rest and request that you grant him the bond.
Anything else from the state?
Yes, Your Honor. We'd like to read in the defendant's criminal history.
Okay.
On or about August 18th of 2009, the defendant was arrested for theft of property between $50 and $500. He was placed on 6 months deferred adjudication for that offense. On October 19th, 2009, he was again arrested for theft of property greater than $50, less than $500, and was placed on 12 months deferred adjudication probation. He was later adjudicated and convicted, placed on 12 months straight probation. On November 11th of 2009, the defendant was arrested for fraudulent possession of a controlled substance or prescription in Schedule 3 or 4. He was placed on 3 years of deferred adjudication probation. On 1st, 2010, the defendant was arrested for driving while intoxicated. He was sentenced to 120 days confinement, probated for 18 months. That probation was later revoked and he was sentenced to 6 days jail. At the same time, he was also arrested for possession of a dangerous drug. However, that case was released without prosecution. On May 5th, 2011, the defendant was arrested for fraudulent possession of a controlled substance or prescription in Schedule 3 or 4. We don't have any disposition on that. On March 19th, 2014, the defendant was arrested for theft of property greater than or equal to $50, less than $500. He was placed on 3 months deferred adjudication probation. January 14th, 2015, the defendant was arrested for possession of a controlled substance in penalty group 1 gram in a drug-free zone. He was convicted and sentenced to 180 days in jail. On February 23rd, 2015, the defendant was arrested for possession of a controlled substance in penalty group 3, less than 28 grams. And he was sentenced to 9 months confinement. On March 8th, 2015, he was arrested for possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, greater than or equal to 4 grams, less than 200 grams, but that offense was rejected. On March 8th, 2015, he was March 8th, 2015, he was arrested for possession of controlled substance, penalty group 1, greater than or equal to 1 gram, less than 4 grams, and he was convicted of that offense and sentenced to 3 years confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. He was also arrested for possession of marijuana at the same time, but that case was dismissed. On May 8th, 2015, the defendant was arrested for theft greater than or equal to $20, less than $500, and he was convicted of that offense. The charge was later corrected to greater than or equal to $50, less than $500, and he was sentenced to 21 days confinement for that offense. On June 11th, 2015, the defendant was arrested for criminal mischief between $50 and $500 and possession of marijuana. That possession of marijuana he was convicted for and got 6 days jail. He also was placed on 4 years deferred adjudication probation for possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, between 1 and 4, arising out of that same transaction. On May 12th, 2017, the defendant was arrested for possession of a dangerous drug. That case was later dismissed. June 5th, 2017, the defendant was arrested for possession of a controlled substance, PG1, less than 1 gram, but that charge was dismissed. On November 28th, 2017, the defendant was arrested for possession of controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram, sentenced to 4 years confinement. At the same time, he was also arrested for possession of a controlled substance, PG1, less than 1 gram, another count that he got 4 years confinement. And an additional count of that controlled substance, PG1, less than 1 gram, was dismissed. And then a possession of a controlled substance, PG3, less than 28 grams, arising out of that was also dismissed. And that concludes his criminal history, except for the offenses that he was recently arrested for on October 24th of 2020. The state rests
Any argument? Any argument from the state?
Your Honor, we'll defer to the court. However, we would ask that, given the defendant's opioid use and addiction, we ask that he submit to random urine analysis, go to Narcotics Anonymous 2 times a week, and no contact with Jordan McCullough and Stephen Winderweedle. Those were the two men he was with at the time he was arrested. So no contact with those 2 individuals and those other conditions.
How do you spell Jordan McCullough?
Jordan is common spelling, last name McCullough.
And the other, Weiner?
Stephen with a V. Last name Winderweedle, WINDRWEEDLE.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I mean, your criminal history is pretty lengthy, but I think you need to get a shot at this to see if we can get you go in the right direction. It sounds like y'all have a pretty decent plan. So I'm gonna give you bonds and everything, PR bonds. And so your requirement is that you're gonna check in once a week with Tony. She's getting ready to talk to you in a minute. You've got to come see me once a month. Expect to be drug tested every time you see me, okay? If you have anything in your system that's not supposed to be in your system, you're going to go back to prison or jail. And then, we're going to do what we can do to help you, but you got to do this on your own. You understand that, right?
I do. Thank you, sir.
And it's probably your last shot at this. I'm also going to require all the things that the DA asked for, which is you don't see those 2 people, don't hang out with them, don't associate with them. And you'll have to attend NA at least 2 times a week. You may find out it's helpful to go more often than that, and that's fine too. Okay. If y'all find an inpatient treatment program and decide you want to do that, and that's what's recommended to you, we're going to let you do an inpatient program and not require you see us. We'd rather have you get full treatment if that's available out there. Okay.
Okay.
Tony's going to talk to you real fast, and then we'll let you get out of here. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. May we be excused?
Thank you very much.
Hang on a second. Tony wants to say something.
Hey, Hunter, I'll be the case manager while you're on your mental health bond. And what I need you to do is give me a call tomorrow so we can work immediately to get you that substance abuse evaluation that's going to be required on the bond. Give me a call tomorrow so we can talk about how that can happen. And as for your release today, I'm going to set it up for 5 p.m. Your dad will be able to go up to the jail and pick you up, okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
Good luck, everybody. Thanks.
Hey.
Kyle, who's your client? You're muted right now.
Judge, I've got Julia Johnson.
Okay.
I guess we're on.
Thank y'all. See you later. All right. Did you want to call your client to testify?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you would raise your right hand, you sworn. You swear or affirm testimony about to give me the truth, the whole truth, nothing but truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Good morning, Julia. You understand why we're here today, right?
Yes.
We've discussed the mental health bond process and kind of how it all works in detail, right?
Yes.
Do you have a mental health diagnosis in your past?
Yes, I've been diagnosed with major depressive disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, PTSD, you name it.
Okay. And how old were you when you first got diagnosed with that?
I believe I was 15.
All right. And have you been on medication throughout since that time?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell the court what medications you've taken?
Oh goodness. Okay. Ambien, Zoloft, Seroquel, Tramadol. I'm not Tramadol. Trazodone. Xanax. There's several that I'm forgetting.
Were you prescribed any medications at the time of your arrest?
No.
When is the last time you've taken any medications for these conditions?
It's been about 2 years.
Okay. Have you kind of been self-medicating since that time?
Yes.
All right. And
with alcohol.
what? Okay. And have you been seeing any kind of psychiatrist, psychologist, or therapist?
No, not as of recently. No.
Has it been 2 years since you've received any treatment of that nature as well?
Yes.
Now, you've also been diagnosed with epilepsy. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you take medication for that?
Yes, I take Keppra.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yes, I take Keppra.
Keppra? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you understand if the court grants you this bond, that it's very likely that you'll be treated through LifePath, and you'll have to follow any kind of recommendations that they have.
Absolutely.
And you understand there'll be regular appointments that you'll have to make with them?
Yes.
And they will very likely prescribe medication, and it will become a condition of the bond that you take those medications.
Yes, sir.
Are you willing to do all of that?
Absolutely.
And Judge Baxter also requires a regular check-in with the court, and you'll also meet with Ms. Fox. Are you able and willing to do that as well?
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
And if you're released on a mental health bond, where will you live at?
Do you want the address or who I will be living
Both.
with? It's 12421 County Road 800, Nevada, Texas. And it'll be with my boyfriend and his father.
All right. And are they supportive of you getting help for your alcohol?
Very much so.
Okay. And they are, do they have substance abuse issues or alcohol issues?
No. Neither of them drink or smoke, nothing like cigarettes.
Oh, okay. As far as transportation goes to get to LifePath and or the court, do you have reliable transportation of your own?
Yes.
And does your boyfriend have reliable transportation?
Yes, yes.
I'll pass the witness.
Any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. Hi, Ms. Johnson. My name's Kate Harrison. I'm a prosecutor for the state. I just have a couple questions for you. So you are not currently, before this offense, you weren't under the care of a psychiatrist or a doctor who is giving you prescriptions?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay. Now, I saw in your mental health assessment that you had reported suicidal ideations before a suicidal attempt.
Yes, ma'am.
How long ago was that suicide attempt?
I was 15.
Okay.
So over 10 years, 13 years.
Okay. And then when you were at Methodist Richardson, was that for the suicidal ideations?
Yes.
Whenever you have feelings of depression, and you don't have medication, what do you rely on?
Alcohol.
Have you mixed alcohol with medication before?
No.
Okay, so,
If I'm on medication, I don't feel the need to drink.
okay. Now you
I
said
don't
you're
even
gonna,
really like. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, you're fine. Now you said you live with your boyfriend and his father. What's your boyfriend's name?
Tyler Caruso. Caruso.
How do you spell Caruso again? I'm sorry.
Caruso.
And you said Tyler?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you know Tyler?
We just met through mutual friends about a year back.
Okay. And is his birthday January 10th, 1986?
Yes.
Okay. Now you're telling me how long have you known him?
We've been speaking for about a year, but I've only known him for about 6 months now.
Okay. And in that year or 6 months, you've never used any type of drugs or alcohol with him?
No.
Okay. And what is Mr. Caruso's dad's name? Do you know?
Robert.
Caruso?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. You wouldn't happen to know his birth date, would you?
I do not.
Okay. Okay. Now you mentioned that you have epilepsy. Is your prescription for that medication current?
Yes.
So if you needed to go get that filled at a pharmacy, you could get that taken care of?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever had an epileptic issue while you were driving?
Yes.
You have? Okay.
Yes.
All right, pass the witness.
Anything else?
Just a couple, Your Honor. When you had the issue with the driving, were you on your medication at that time?
No.
Were you drinking alcohol?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness.
Anything else from the state?
No further questions.
Okay. Does the defense rest?
We'll rest, Judge.
Does the state have anything else to offer?
Your Honor, we'd like to read in the defendant's criminal history. On November 24th, 2010, the defendant was arrested for theft of property greater than or equal to $50, less than $500. That was dropped down to a Class C deferred, and she was placed on 180 days, deferred adjudication probation. On December 28th of 2014, the defendant was arrested for driving while intoxicated. She pled guilty and was sentenced to 3 days in jail. On March 18th of 2016, the defendant was arrested for driving while intoxicated. She pled guilty and was sentenced to 15 days in jail. On February 17th of this year, the defendant was arrested for possession of a controlled substance in penalty group 2, less than 1 gram. That case I'll have a disposition. It's active right now. And then we have this third DWI that she was arrested for on October 27th of this year. And that concludes her criminal history.
You rest.
We rest, Your Honor.
Any argument?
Yes, Judge, we would just ask that the court grant her a mental health bond in this case. She's got a clear history of mental health concerns. She's not going to get proper treatment for her mental health in the jail. Also have concerns about whether her epilepsy is being appropriately addressed in there. She's willing to accept treatment. She's got a good support system, it sounds like. She qualifies for a mental health bond, and continued incarceration is just going to make her mental health condition worse.
Your Honor, we would oppose a PR bond due to the suicide attempts and ideations. We have concerns about the defendant's safety, her own safety. While her history doesn't have anything violent, there's an alcohol use issue. This is her third DWI in 5 years. So while we would oppose if this court does grant a PR bond, we would ask that the conditions that she not consume alcohol, she submit to RUAs, she goes to AA twice a week, if not more. And then we would ask that she not drive, given the alcohol dependency and the epilepsy, and the fact that she's had an epileptic episode while driving, and that she rely either on her boyfriend, her boyfriend's dad, Uber, or bus to get to and from treatment.
Okay. Mr. Johnson, I am going to let you out on bonds today, but I am going to order you don't drive. You need to go somewhere. You need to probably Uber or let one of these other people take you. Okay. A condition of all bonds is that you don't drink.
Yes, sir.
And you have to take the prescriptions that you're prescribed only. You know, we'll drug test you every time we see you. So if you show up with something in your system that's not supposed to be in your system, obviously you'll go back to jail. Okay.
Right.
I do want you to attend AA at least twice a week because it sounds like that is a problem. And you may find out it's something you need more often. If you do decide you want to do it more often, that's fine too. It's probably best for you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Tony's getting ready to tell you some stuff. She's going to be your case manager.
Hi, Julia.
Hi.
I'm Tony. I'm going to be the case manager on your mental health bond. And what we will do is have you call me tomorrow morning after you get released this evening, so that you and I can talk about what needs to be done over the next 7 days.
Okay.
So that I can also assist you in making sure that happens, okay?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I will notify Tyler to pick you up at 5:30, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good luck. I'll see you once a month. Check with Tony every week, and when you check in with Tony, she'll let you know when and where to be to see me. Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good luck. See y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Judge.
That's it.